Hi there, and welcome to another video tutorial about C# and Visual Studio Express 2010. In this video tutorial, we're going to talk about for loops. Now, it will happen a lot in your program that you need to repeat several steps after each other. And instead of doing this all by hand and typing a lot of code, we can use loops. And in this tutorial, we're going to use the for loop, because there are many different kinds of loops in C#. We create a for loop by using the keyword for. Then, between the parentheses, we have three options, or three parameters, better said. First one is the initializer. I'm just going to type that out. Then we get the value checking, as I like to call it. Value checking. This doesn't actually work right now, just in case you're wondering. I'm just going to type what these parameters are going to do. And then finally we have the incrementer or decrementer. Now, the initializer is a variable, for instance integer y. And most of the time when using a for loop you will start at 0, but you can fill in whatever you want here. This means this I value is a counter for in which loop you currently are. Then the value checking means when do we want to stop this for loop. For instance, we want to say if I is if it's lower than 10, then keep going with this for loop. And when it's equal or higher, then we should stop the loop. Also, we shouldn't use a comma here, but a semicolon. My bad. Okay, and as you can see, the first two parameters are already good. Correct. And then the last one is the incrementer or decrementer. And that means what value should we add to I to increase it or decrease it, depending on what you want. In the most basic for loop, we're going to use I++, which means that it increments with 1. And then inside this, in the body of our for loop, we can simply print out the value of this y variable. And then when we run our program, forgetting one thing, console read line. There we go. And as you can see, we're printing out 0 till 9. And that's because our starting value is 0. We print that out, and once this loop is done, only then we add an extra value to this y variable, I variable. And then we're actually checking here, is this I, is it lower than 10? If so, well, do another loop and then add an extra value to it. And as soon as we reach loop number 10, our loop stops and we continue our program. Just like nested if statements, we can nest another for loop inside an original for loop. A very nice trick for if you're new to programming, or for when you want to type a lot faster, is using a little shortcut. Now, Visual Studio has a nice little shortcut for the for loop. Type in for and then double tap, and it automatically creates a for loop for you. Yeah, the only thing you have to change is its length, and perhaps you want to change the incrementer or decrementer. Now, instead of incrementing with 1, you can also say increment with 5, for instance. And of course, instead of incrementing, we also can multiply or divide or subtract. And this contains this video tutorial about for loops.